Namaskaram, my name is S. Ashok Kumar. Welcome to my channel. In the last part, I explained about the metabolic pathway of glycolysis. Now this part I am going to continue the glycolysis only. In this part I am going to explain irreversible steps in glycolysis. Already I mentioned there are three irreversible steps in glycolysis. One is the first reaction, conversion of glucose to glucose 6-phosphate. Second irreversible reaction is a fructose 6-phosphate is converted into fructose 1,6 bisphosphate. Third reaction is the last reaction, phosphoenol pyruvate converted into pyruvate. There's three irreversible reaction. What their importance here? Okay. First irreversible reaction I am taking, that is glucose converted into glucose 6-phosphate. Glucose 6-phosphate mediating by which enzyme? That is a hexokinase or glucokinase. Don't call it as a and. Hexokinase or glucokinase. Here what is the change occurred? In this reaction, ATP changing to ADP with magnesium as a metal ion. Already I explained. Now I am going to tell what is importance of this reaction. This reaction, glucose converted into glucose 6-phosphate. Now you need to understand a concept like, for example, you take this is a cell. Okay, na? Once our digestion completed, the total glucose enter into the blood. Yes or no? Now there is a hyperglycemia. Excess presence of glucose in the blood outside the cell. Okay. Here what is happening? Through the glucose transporters, this excess glucose enters into the cytoplasm. Initially, in the blood high glucose, in the cytoplasm is a low glucose. As a result of this and as a facilitated diffusion, glucose constantly enters into the cytoplasm. You understand? But once the time over, then inside the cytoplasm it become a high glucose. Automatically in the blood it become a low glucose when the time passes. When it become like this, in the intracellular glucose concentration become increased when compared with the blood, that glucose there is a possibility to come back now. Yes or no? But it's not possible. It should be not possible. Once the glucose enters into the cytoplasm, that glucose should be remain in the cytoplasm. How to arrest the glucose within the cytoplasm? Once the glucose enters into the cytoplasm, immediately glucose undergo phosphorylation that converts into glucose 6-phosphate. That means if glucose remains as glucose, that may come out. But once glucose converts into glucose 6-phosphate, that glucose 6-phosphate cannot come out because the negative charge of the phosphate of the glucose 6-phosphate repel the transporter. Thereby glucose 6-phosphate cannot possible to come out of the cell. That is why what is the importance of this phosphorylation of glucose to make or to bound glucose within a cell. You understood clearly the mechanism. What is the need of phosphorylation? Means in order to remain the glucose within the cell. Second point is that glucose 6-phosphate, this phosphorylation is actually one more reason to activate glucose. That means glucose is our normal molecule, but glucose 6-phosphate is the active metabolite of the glucose. What it means that once the glucose converted to glucose 6-phosphate, glucose 6-phosphate can enter into the glycolysis. Sometimes when the glucose concentration is very high, glucose 6-phosphate can enter into the glycogen synthesis. That means glucose is not involving. Glucose is in the form of glucose 6-phosphate involved in the further biochemical reaction. That is, a glucose 6-phosphate is a active metabolite of the glucose. That is why these two are the reasons for this phosphorylation of the glucose. Okay, that's the step. Next reason, here what I said, the glucose converted into glucose 6-phosphate mediating by hexokinase or glucokinase. So what is the difference between these two? Here I am going to compare hexokinase with the glucokinase. Here, what is the meaning of kinase? Already I said, kinase enzyme mediates the phosphorylation. Here, glucose. This hexokinase causes the phosphorylation of, what is the meaning of phosphorylation? Addition of phosphate. All hexoses sugars. All hexoses means what? Glucose, fructose, galactose, mannose. But glucokinase is not, it's a highly specific. Cause phosphorylation of only glucose. The difference is there now. This causes the phosphorylation of glucose, fructose, galactose, and all hexoses. Glucokinase causes the phosphorylation of only glucose. One next point, the hexokinase present in all tissues in our body, but glucokinase is uniquely present only in liver. Only in the liver. There is a definite advantage is there to the liver. Next point, hexokinase mediates the reaction when hypoglycemic condition. What is the meaning of hypoglycemic condition? When the blood glucose level is low. That means glucose level is reflecting the cytoplasm glucose level. That means when the cytoplasm glucose level is low. That means then in that situation, hexokinase mediating the glucose into glucose 6-phosphate. So here I am giving hint, the Km value of hexokinase towards the glucose is 0.1 millimolar of glucose. What I said in the biomolecule, clearly I explained the importance of the Km value. Km value of an enzyme is inversely proportional to the enzyme affinity towards the substrate. That means this hexokinase Km value is 0.1 millimolar of glucose, means this enzyme having the more affinity towards the glucose. That is why there's so more affinity towards the glucose, because glucose concentration is low in the cytoplasm and blood. Here, this is a mediate the reaction glucokinase when hyperglycemic condition. Hyperglycemic condition means what? When the blood glucose level is high. Indirectly, when the cytoplasmic glucose level is high. The Km value of this hexokinase is 10 millimolar of glucose. That is why when compared with hexokinase and glucokinase, which enzyme having the more affinity towards the glucose? Hexokinase. This glucokinase having the less affinity. That is why here hexokinase and glucokinase mediates the same reaction. Yes or no? But in different condition. This is carrying in the hypoglycemic condition, that is carrying in the hyperglycemic condition. Same reaction mediating by the different enzymes in different condition. That group of enzyme called as isoenzymes. That is isoenzymes, you can give the example hexokinase and glucokinase. This is about the first irreversible reaction in the glycolysis. Next time moving to the second irreversible reaction. Okay? The second irreversible reaction is fructose 6-phosphate convert into fructose 1,6-bisphosphate. Same reaction is mediating by enzyme. Already I said phosphofructokinase. Here also same. ATP is converted into ADP. That is a Mg+2 as a metal ion. Okay. Here the first point of about this reaction. This reaction is slowest step. When I said itself slowest step means what? This step is a rate determining step. Rate determining step of the glycolysis is the conversion of fructose 6-phosphate to the fructose 1,6-bisphosphate. This enzyme phosphofructokinase is the pacemaker of glycolysis or rate determining enzyme of glycolysis. I will make you understand. PFK is the pacemaker or rate determining enzyme of glycolysis. To understand this point, simply I will explain. Actually, glycolysis consists of 10 biochemical reactions. Indirectly, glycolysis requires 10 enzymes to complete. For example, out of these 10 enzymes, 9 enzymes other than the PFK, 9 enzymes are active in their function. PFK is inactive. Glycolysis will not occur. For example, 9 enzymes are moderately active. PFK is too much active, is a functional. So, or PFK is a present. Definitely glycolysis will occur. Means whether the glycolysis takes place or not, whether the glucose converted into pyruvate or not, that is decided by the activity of the PFK. That is why PFK is the pacemaker or the rate determining enzyme of glycolysis. Means if the PFK is present in the active state, definitely glycolysis will occur. That is why PFK is the pacemaker of glycolysis. That point you need to remember. Next, third irreversible reaction, phosphoenol pyruvate convert into pyruvate. Last reaction in the glycolysis itself. This is a mediating enzyme pyruvate kinase. This reaction, this ADP synthesizing. ADP that convert into ATP. Okay. Here, one, if I take actually in the metabolic pathway, 2 PEP convert into 2 pyruvate molecule. I will explain by taking the one molecule. When one molecule of phosphoenol pyruvate convert into one molecule of pyruvate, in this reaction delta G is equal to 14.8 kilocalories. Okay. That means in this reaction, one molecule if you take, delta G, there is a release of approximately 15 kilocalories of energy. If you think logically, out of 15 kilocalories, ADP converted into ATP, how much is conserved in the form of ATP? As we know, 7.3 kilocalories. Means half of the energy is preserved in the form of ATP. What about the remaining half of this out of 15 kilocalories? That makes reaction is irreversible. If you take the 2 PEP convert into 2 pyruvate, overall there is a 15 kilocalories of energy is coming out. And how much free energy changes between the PEP and pyruvate? So actually what is this much energy, why there is a releasing, this reaction is not only brings, this reaction is irreversible, but also it brings the overall glycolysis, it makes into irreversible. You are understanding? Because this second reaction, this second irreversible reaction, fructose into fructose 1,6 versus somewhere in the top. Remaining middle, all are reversible reactions only, and that will occur towards the glycolysis or occur towards the glucose and against the glycolysis. But when the glycolysis want to occur, there should formation of pyruvate. That is why here the great release of energy to make the overall glycolysis, almost all biochemical reaction make into forward results the formation of pyruvate. That is why these three are irreversible steps and their importance in the glycolysis. The last point I am going to tell you about the hormonal action. Hormonal action. That means how hormones affect on the glycolysis. Insulin support glycolysis. Plus indicates the support glycolysis. So what is this word again is the insulin, that is a glucagon. Glucagon hormone inhibits the glycolysis. This is the hormonal action on glycolysis. If you understand this concept well, like this video and share to your friends, subscribe our channel. If you have any doubts about this concept, please comment below. Definitely I will respond to your questions. Thank you.